Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar series, and thank you for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Dr. Casey Seenoth, and I'll be moderating today. Our topic for the webinar is intermittent fasting for weight loss, energy, and anti-aging. This presentation is given by our very own Dr. Jason Porter. Dr. Porter received his doctorate in naturopathic medicine at the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine in Arizona. He graduated in 2003, and together with Dr. Jennifer Nevels, opened up East Valley Naturopathic Doctors in 2006. Dr. Porter is also a board-certified neurotherapist, where he has started a neurofeedback clinic within our practice. Dr. Porter is truly passionate about helping his patients, and that passion drives him to discover the underlying cause and find brilliant and innovative solutions. One thing to mention before we get going, if you have any questions at all, please enter them into the chat box on the right side of your screen, and we'll do our best to answer them at the end of the presentation. So without further ado, Dr. Porter, the stage is yours.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Seenoth. I appreciate it. We have a number of people that are here online with us, and so we welcome you. This is a new topic for us, something that's come up of interest of late. I started fasting approximately about a year ago, although I've fasted in the past for different reasons, but for health, again, I was introduced to some different new ideas in both the research and from patients, and as I looked into this, I got really excited about it. So I hope to share some of the knowledge that we've gained, and hopefully motivate you in different ways to feel like fasting is something you want to put into your own lifestyle. I'm going to go through slides. If you have any questions as we go along, please, just type them into the chat on the right side of your screen. Do you have one or more of the following diagnoses or symptoms? Fatigue or low motivation. Maybe you feel like you have a slow metabolism. Maybe you feel like you're losing muscle mass or density. Do you have elevated insulin or been diagnosed with diabetes or borderline or prediabetes? Are you overweight? I might be more than 10 pounds or more, although it doesn't matter. And then do you have toxicity? And again, toxicity can look like 1,000 things, but one of those that we'll talk about today is post-meal fatigue. You eat and you just feel like you can lay down and take a nap, and you feel like you're aging too fast. Well, these are symptoms and diagnoses that can be helped with intermittent fasting. Let me define what that is for a moment. Intermittent fasting is a purposeful, time-bound, and flexible avoidance of eating with significant potential for improving immediate health and extending health span. So let me say something about these words. Purposeful means we aren't just skipping breakfast. Meaning I'm skipping it for a reason. And so, two, it's time-bound. Intermittent fasting is not, it means that we're following a specific pattern, which we'll talk about some of these patterns, meaning I'm fasting between, say, 8 p.m. at night until 12 a.m. the next morning, or 12 p.m. the next morning. It's flexible, avoidance of eating. So there is some flexibility here, and we'll talk more about that. And it has a great potential for improving our health in the here and now, but also has the potential extending our health span. And health span basically means we want to not just live longer in our lives, we actually want to live well. Sometimes when I was younger, I thought I like to live to be 90, but I only want to live to be 90 if I feel good, meaning do I have my mental capacity? Do I have my physical capacity? Am I able to function and walk or move without pain? And so we call that health span. We want to improve upon that, and intermittent fasting has the ability to do that. Intermittent fasting is not a few things. One, it is not a diet with descriptions of diet do's or don'ts. Well, that's nice. Seems to me, again, we're not going to tell you what to eat, not to eat, although I'm going to give you some very specific and hopefully general guidelines that help. It is not designed to meet a specific diagnosed disease or symptom. Although, as we'll talk about, it does meet some of these issues. But again, anybody and everybody can do it. And it isn't a replacement for native diets which can be influenced by marketing trends or dominant local culture. So if you're used to eating certain foods, again, we're not taking those away. And that's a wonderful thing too. Why would we do or participate in intermittent fasting? Fasting is the fastest way to ketosis, which leads to weight loss, muscle gains, and increased energy. Looks like I have a typo there. 1, 2, it restores our natural and most flexible metabolism, reversing insulin resistance and reducing age-related dementia, cancer, cardiovascular, and kidney disease and risk. Number 3, it extends our life and our health span that we mentioned. Meaning we're going to live longer and we're going to live better or more well. And it does this by reducing inflammation resulting from toxins in our food and persistent zombie cells.